21st City of North Augusta regular city council meeting to order. It is great to see so many folks out there. Thank you all for coming. At this time, we'll move to item 2, which is Invocation Pledge of Allegiance. You are welcome to join me in prayer. Dear God, as spring has begun to bloom in our community, I ask that you will be with this council as we do the work of the city. I ask that you will give council the guidance and discernment we need to ensure our actions are in the best interest of our citizens as well as honoring you. Continue to open our hearts and our minds and ears to what's being said and discussed as we work to improve North Augusta. Amen. If you'll please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll go through roll call, starting from my left.
Eric Presnell.
David McGee.
Pat Carpenter.
Britton Williams.
Bob Brooks.
Jennifer McCauley.
Kevin Toole.
Okay, approval of the minutes. Are there any changes, additions, or deletions to the regular city council meeting minutes of March the 7th, 2022, and the study session minutes of March the 14th, 2022? Hearing none, they stand as distributed. All right, this is two of the fun things I love. This is the perks of being the mayor. I'd like to ask Ms. Twanda Bateman with the Tri-Development Center if she would meet me up front, and I believe you have some friends. I'd like all y'all, if you would come down. Hey, you can say the opposite. How you doing? Great. So good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see y'all. How y'all doing? Good to see you. How you doing, young man? Good. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Hey, how are you? Hey, good to see you. Is this turned on already? Hey, you did good. You did good. You did good. You did good. How y'all doing? Hey, good. Where's Mr. Watt? Okay. All right. Why don't you come right over there in between that rack and you're in front of them? Okay. I'm really excited. This is a proclamation for Disabilities Awareness Month. Whereas many North Augusta families are impacted by severe lifelong disabilities, including autism, traumatic brain injuries, spinal cord injuries, and intellectual and related disabilities, and whereas people with lifelong disabilities are productive citizens, deserving of respect and the opportunity for economic self-sufficiency, independence, and personal growth. And whereas it is important for all North Augusta citizens, those with and those without disabilities, work together, play together, worship together, learn together, and grow together. And whereas family members, caregivers, and service providers selflessly offer daily care, assistance, supervision, and physical and emotional support to individuals with disabilities to help them enjoy full participation in community life. And whereas the 2022 observance of Disabilities Awareness Month celebrates 33 years for advocacy for and successes of people with disabilities in education, employment, and community activities. Now, therefore, I, Britton S. Williams, Mayor of the great city of North Augusta, do hereby proclaim March the 22nd as Disabilities Awareness Month, and we encourage all citizens of North Augusta to work together to promote increased opportunities for people with disabilities, to recognize the many contributions made by people with disabilities in our communities, and to honor the dedication of the caregivers who bring support and hope to their fellow citizens. Thank you very much for what you do, Ms. Bateman, everybody. And if you would, I would love it, if you don't mind, if you would introduce all your friends that you have up here with us.
We have amazing friends from Tri-Development Center. And what I'll do is I'll come over here, just say your name and where you work.
My name is Sarah Smith. I work at Old Walnut Branch, and I am the RSM, Residential Service Manager.
My name is Cassandra Williams. I work at Walnut Branch, and I'm an RSP.
Ray Ward.
Evelyn.
Angela.
Barry.
Roderick.
T.R.
Fantastic. So here is this proclamation, and let's give them a big round of applause. So we're going to get some pictures. Well, you get up here too, because they'll come over here. Thank y'all. Oh, we got them to get here for you. These are cool. These are little lapel, little pins. You put right there. You put them on the jacket. You put them on your shirt. These are hot items. Not everybody gets it. All right, thank you. Come on down here, sir. Hello. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
How are you, sir? Good to see
Fantastic.
you.
Always a great day.
All right, yes. All right, let me tell you a little bit about Officer Strauss here. During 1990, 1991, Mike had an active part of Operation Desert Storm and Desert Shield and Desert Storm while serving in Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. In 1992, his unit was deployed to South Florida for assistance in Hurricane Andrew. At that time, that hurricane was the costliest hurricane in our nation's history. In 1994, he was honorably discharged. In 1995, thankfully, he began serving his community here in North Augusta. He has continued to work for over 27 years as a police officer, a firefighter, and animal control officer. Through his hard work and service to the community, he was recognized in the Employee of the Year in 2002 and Public Safety Officer of the Year in 2015. In 2013 through 2015, he chaired the History of the North Augusta Public Safety book. I've looked at that. It's awesome. If you haven't done it, it's right up there outside Jim's office. Mike has served on a number of committees to include the North Augusta Safety Committee and the Employee Recognition Committee. Since inception of the Safety Awards program in the year 2000, Mike is one of the very few employees that has not had an unavoidable accident or injury. It's good stuff. This included over 300,000 miles driven during that time. Mike has been very active in the community. He has coached softball. He has raised a lot of money for local charities. He's been a coordinator for the Aiken County United Way. He's also been a past commander for the North Augusta American Legion Post 71. And Mike, we have read this to you. Presenting the Michael D. Strauss in appreciation for your service, dedication service from February 22nd, 1995 to March 24, 2022 from Mayor and City of North Augusta, South Carolina today. Mike, congratulations and thank you for all your service, and you've got a great future ahead of you, I know.
I appreciated it very much.
So just two things. I had two things that struck me about Mike. When I had an opportunity a few months back to spend some time in his department because, as you know, animal control is a big deal. You see a lot on social media, and I really wanted to understand exactly what we're doing, how all that works. And I will tell you, I left there knowing that at that time we had the best man for the job. He cares about animals. He has a way with people, and we got big shoes to fill. Okay, we're going to miss you. And the second thing is I've had a lot of opportunity to meet a lot of folks from our American Legion Post 71. That is the organization that has done tremendous things in this city over the years. But I've always seen Mike at these events and have been able to talk to him and met his bride at the last event recently, a couple weeks ago. But Mike, you've been a leader in not just this city, but you've been a leader in the Legion, and I know that's going to be a future for you moving forward, and they are fortunate to have you, and it's our loss. But thank you for your dedicated service. You have been committed to this city, you've been committed to these citizens, and you've done it honorably. So on behalf of the City of North Augusta and Council, I wish you the best in your future endeavors, but thank you for your service and your retirement today. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, now we're going to jump into unfinished business. Item number 7, easement, ordinance number 2022-05 to abandon a portion of a water line easement located in Rushing Waters Phase 2 subdivision ordinance. Do I have a motion to approve this ordinance on second reading?
So moved.
Okay, Ms. Carpenter.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Toole. New microphones, baby, you can hear. I love it. I know. He's got a head start, yeah. Anything you'd like to share about this, Mr. Clifford?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. This is a second reading of this ordinance. This is something that we've discussed previously, but to refresh the council's memory and also for our citizens. The Rushing Water subdivision previously had a approved easement for a water line. The location has now since been moved, and there's no requirement for that easement. That's been run through our staff, including Tom Zeser from Public Works. So our staff recommendation is to abandon the easement into this neighborhood for this portion for this water line.
Okay. Any citizen comments? Okay. Any council discussion? All right, here none. I'll ask for a vote. All in favor? And that is unanimous. Thank y'all. Item number 8 under new business. Public Service, Resolution Number 2022-15, a resolution authorizing expenditure from insurance proceeds to initiate electrical repairs at the Materials Recovery Facility. Do I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Presnell, a second.
Second.
Ms. McCauley, thank you. Anything you'd like to share about this, Ms. Clifford?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. So for to refresh everyone's memory, we had a pretty significant fire at the Material Recovery Facility on Thanksgiving Day of last year. And so that has degraded our ability to conduct full operations for recycling. And so what this will do is allow us to take some of the insurance money that we've received, partial insurance money that we've received to date, and apply that against an electrical connection to allow us to run the baler so we can do more automated operations at the site. Again, this will not get us back to our full capacity prior to the fire, but this at least mitigates some of the revenue loss that we've had to date. And so this would not be to exceed $60,000 of that insurance money to go forward to contract out for that electrical connection.
Okay, very good, thank you. Any citizen comments? All right, any council discussion? All right, hearing none, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor? And that's unanimous. Thank you. Okay, how about administration report, sir?
So for the mayor and council and for our citizens, I know we've had some feedback on this locally, which has to do with our city hall and then the flagpole above, and we've had some issues with the flag. So just to give some background information on this, as the building was designed originally, there is no dedicated access to the roof where the flagpole is and the mechanism therein. So previously, every time we've had flags taken down and replaced based on age or wear or whatnot, the city's had to enter into a contract to allow for somebody with special skills and climbing equipment to get up there and to put the flags on because it's not designed into the building. So ultimately, I'm aware that we have some tattered flags, if you will, on the top of the building. Currently, we are now working to find another contractor to remove those flags. It's my intention, unless given different guidance and direction from the council, to put no more flags on top of the building and to pursue some options that would involve installing a flagpole at ground level for us to be able to operate. So if you go to Aiken County, they have a very similar looking building where they have a former flagpole on top of the building, which I believe they use as lighting rod, and that they actually have their flagpoles at ground level. And I believe that is the likely recommendation I'm going to bring back to council going forward.
I was going to say, I think it was with Mayor Pettit, we had discussed looking at moving that, and it stalled. We don't know where that was.
So ultimately, that's going to require some resourcing. So I will likely, in conjunction with a recommendation, come back with a resourcing option, whether that's through Capital Projects Fund or some other means, such as the American Rescue Plan Act funding. But we'll come back with a recommendation. But I tend to think that's something we can do in this fiscal year, and I think we should. We should be able to properly display our national colors here in front of the City Hall.
Yeah, I didn't really grasp it until I got elected, but it's something that just seems to be coming up every month and a half. We need to address it. We need to move it up. So thank you for that.
Never taken the time to see what it takes to get it changed.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
We're going to do that. All right. So anyway, just thank you for sharing that. That was important. Anything else from administration side?
No, sir.
Okay. At this time, this is when we are item 10 for citizen comments. So let me say how much we appreciate the public being here. It's great to see that citizens care, and we have one young lady who's going to be coming up in just a minute. So what I ask you to do, this is your time. Come on. And I will ask that take your time, no rush. I know those stairs, that's another thing, we need to put some rails on there. So if you would give your name and address for the record, and then go ahead and share, because I know you've got something you want to tell us.
Mr. Mayor, councilmen and women, staff, fellow citizens. My name is Angela Burns.
Yep.
I live at 201 West Main Street, which is, I'm sure many of you know, is on the corner of Main Street and West Avenue in one of the townhomes. For the last 2 years that I've been here, every day I walk out my door, I see this beautiful building. And I feel like I don't even need to go any further because it's already been discussed. But when my son asked me how fitting it is that it is Disability Awareness Month, my son is also disabled. He's staying with me temporarily. Okay. But when he asked me, Mother, why is that flag like that? I could not wait another minute. When your clerk told me today there was a meeting tonight, I asked if I could have the opportunity to speak, and I thank you for that. But just a few minutes. As many of you have, I'm sure, people in the military, I'm told there was a retired colonel here, and he probably has as much passion on that flag as I do. My husband was a former DI at Paris Island, served 2 tours in Nam, came back with a Purple Heart, and died by his own hand due to PTSD. Mm. And the men and women who gave their life for that flag, I had to speak. I could not wait another day. I've been reading the post on social media, and all I could tell my son was, well, I think they're trying to work on it. The building was not designed properly. But like I said, from where I live, I see it every day, and it just bothers me that that flag is like that. So I'm respectfully asking the council, which is already in motion, to please expedite that flag. And I'm sorry I was so slow. I had a knee injection today and it hadn't kicked in yet.
Well, you're doing great. No, thank you very much. Your comments say it all, and we realize it. So thank you very much.
It was going to be brought up. I might not.
No, it's good that you're being.
It was wearing heavy on my heart. I needed to,
Well, we needed to hear you say it.
Thank you, sir.
So that's okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
If I could just add one thing to make sure that everybody is aware, the comment was building wasn't designed properly. The design was not to have a flag on the roof. The flag, when the iron workers finished the work on this building and as their tradition, placed a United States flag on the top of the building. There was a citizen push at that time calling for a flagpole to be put on the roof. And that's how it got changed from out front of the building here to up there, and we've struggled with it all these years, and I think we finally made the determination that it's not going to work without. So I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a belief that people designing the building failed to put the proper infrastructure up there to get to it. It was just a decision that was made. The building wasn't complete, but the ironwork and everything was already done, and that's how it got there.
Very good, thank you. Okay. All right, any other citizen comments? Just state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, I'm Tyler Gallus. I'm president of Friends of North Augusta Animals, and good to see everybody. I haven't been here in a while. I just definitely wanted to come out here and also publicly thank Mike for all his work. And we've been around for about 4 years, and throughout the last 4 years, I've met so many people who said before Mike was around how we were really in dire straits. So just looking forward to building on the legacy left and working with animal control in the city on keeping up the good work and making things better. So I just wanted to kind of publicly give him a thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. That's very nice of you. Anybody else? Okay. At this point, any council comments? Okay. I'm just going to give two save the dates out there for folks. The first one will be April the 23rd. That's a Saturday. One of the things that we did recently, we had middle schools and high school students write an essay talking about what they would do to improve the city of North Augusta. And council, we've all read those, and it was very evident to me that we have a youth we have youth that are so environmentally conscious in this day and age, which is fantastic. And one of the themes that came out of that had to do with litter and how our city looks. And a couple of the students had actually suggested an idea about having a citizen or city pickup on a regular basis for litter. So thinking through all of that and the amount of fun we had when we did the trash bash with Augusta, we had about almost 100 folks, citizens, and you know, trash is something until you start looking for it, you don't think it's there. So it is there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to kick this off with a community trash bash on April the 23rd, 2022, from 9 to 11. And one of the ideas, the second thing, this is going to be also a tag team. We're going to work with the partnership of First Providence Foundation, Dr. Pope and Wayne O'Brien. They are spearheading an education and fundraiser for Carsville, which is the African American Heritage District that Mayor Pettit and the previous council approved. So we are going to actually have the community trash bash in Carsville. We're going to meet at the Society Building. That's on Barton Road. And we'll get all this out, flyers. I'm just trying to save the date. But we're going to pick up trash from 9 to 11. And then Dr. Pope and Wayne O'Brien and will be able to share the vision of what they're looking to do with the museum and that district as far as educating folks about the history of Carsville as well as Hamburg. So I think it's going to be a real win-win that day. So I just want to go ahead and tell folks, April 23rd, put in your calendar from 9 to 11. It's going to be a great, great day. The second thing is we'll get more information out, but do want to put it on the calendar. May the 5th, that's the National Day of Prayer. That's a Thursday. We're going to have our mayor's prayer event. We have not had this in a couple years. I know Mayor Pettit had it in 2019. We've had COVID. We had the changeover in the election last year. So we are going to have a mayor's prayer event on the actual National Day of Prayer. It'll be from 7:30 to 9. It'll be at the Wesley Center at Grace United Methodist Church. We are not selling tickets. We're open for the public. But I just want to go ahead. More information will be out about it a little bit later. But I just want to go ahead and give you those 2 dates, April the 23rd and May the 5th. Both are going to be 2 really important and great events, and I hope citizens can come out for that. So, with that being said, that's all I had. Anything else from council? Everybody good? All right, thank y'all for being here, and we stand adjourned.